The 8051 microcontroller we are discussing in that context. Now in this session we will talk about memory, program status word and stack register. So as far as microcontroller is considered, then the program memory or data memory, these are the two sections which we have. Program memory used to be a ROM that is used for permanent saving program being executed, while data memory is RAM, and that is used for temporarily storing and keeping intermediate data or whatever are the results and variables. So as far as this session is considered, we will first of all go through memory organization, then we will discuss about PSW, that is program status word, and then we will go through stack with push and pop instruction. So kind of a small overview where these 3 points we will be discussing. Now first thing is memory organization. So as I mentioned, program memory is used for permanent saving program being executed. The memory is read only. Depending upon the whatever settings you have made while compiling the program, the particular memory is used to store the constant variables. 8051 executes programs stored in the program memory only. Like code memory is a kind of a code memory specifies what exactly are the like the locations used, and generally that particular is as a part of simulator that is mentioned, and you can use that is data memory with D and code memory with C as a notation. The memory organization allows the external program memory to be added. So here that is EA pin you can use, and the pin 0 external ROM memory 64 kilobyte maximum. Then pin 1, that is additional ROM memory space, addresses from 4000 to FFFF, and there is embedded ROM memory that is at actual 4 kilobytes. So altogether this is made available. Then second, here you can see just a simple, that is internal data memory. So 256 bytes of internal data memory is available depending upon 8051 which particular version. Locations available to the user, that is he is going to use the space from 0 to 7F based on the registers part, the first 128 bytes, and mostly from 80 to FF, that is can be used or addressed indirectly, and upper 128 bytes of data they are kept for that. Since the internal data memory is used for calling stack also, there is only 256 bytes splitted over few different memory areas. Fine utilizing of this memory is crucial part, and the programmer has to properly utilize it. The memory block in the range of 20H to 2F is bit addressable, and whatever is after that, so that you will get byte addressable, and some of the locations are also bit addressable. So 128 free locations, 16-bit addressable registers, 80 free registers in the range. You can see 7F to 2F, then 2F to 1F, and above that 1F to 00 there is space for bank access by direct and indirect addressing. And as far as SFR registers are considered, so there is from 80 to FF, that is accessed by direct addressing, and then plus 128 free locations accessed by indirect addressing. So general RAM structure as far as considered, here you can see. Now 8051 as far as considered, 128 bytes of RAM, assigned addresses from 00 to 7F. In 3 groups it is divided. The total of 32 bytes from location 00 to 1F are set aside for register banks and the stack. The total of 16 bytes from locations 20H to 2FH are set aside for bit addressable read-write memory, and total of 80 bytes from locations 30H to 7F are used for read and write storage called sketchpad. So this is the basic arrangement. The 32 bytes are divided into 4 banks of registers, in which each bank has 8 registers: R0, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 and R7. RAM locations from 0 to 7 are set aside for bank 0 of R0 to R7, where R0 is RAM location 0, R1 is RAM location 1, R2 is RAM location 2, and so on until memory location 7, which belongs to R7 of bank 0. It is much easier to refer to these RAM locations with names instead of naming it as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it is named in the form of R0, R1, R2 and so on. These are the addresses as if register bank 0 is default when 8051 is powered up. This is the pictorial view, like register bank 00 to 07, bank 0 you can see, then 08 to 0F, bank 1, from 10 to 17, bank 2, and from 18 to 1F, that is bank 3. Then from 20 to 2F, this is bit addressable RAM, and from 30 to 7F, that is scratchpad. In the bank, within the bank, again from R0 to R7, 0 to 8, 0 to 7, so like that, bank 0, then 8 to F, that is bank 1, then 10 to 17, that is bank 2, and 18 to 1F, they are the RAM addresses, and they are referred in with the register names R0, R1, R2, R3, like that. So we can use bank 1 uses the same RAM space as the stack, and this is the major problem in programming 8051. So either we can use register bank 1 or we can keep that free. Now we will move towards program status word. So program status word, as far as considered, it is nothing but PSW register, also referred to as flag register. It is 8-bit register. Out of that, only 6 bits are used. That is carry flag, auxiliary carry flag, parity, and overflow. They are called conditional flags, meaning that they indicate some conditions that resulted after an instruction was executed. The PSW3 and PSW4, these are designed to uh, get access of other banks other than bank 0 by setting or resetting the respective bit. RS0 and RS1, these are the two bit names indicating PSW3 and PSW4, and they are used to change the bank in the program. The two unused bits are user defined, so they are not directly used. The simple thing. Program status word is having this particular format as far as registers control bits are considered, and position. So CY is carry, that is PSW.7 carry flag. AC is PSW.6 auxiliary carry flag, and PSW.5 is available for the user for general purpose. It is not directly used. RS1 and RS0, the bits are named as PSW.4 and PSW.3. So we are going to select the bank whenever required. Then overflow flag PSW.2 and PSW.1 is user defined bit. So PSW.0 is a parity flag set or cleared by hardware each instruction cycle to indicate an even or odd number of ones in the accumulator. So it is associated with the parity. The result of sign number operation is too large, causing the high order bit to overflow into the sign bit. So at that time that flag is set, that reflect parity in the form of number of ones in register A. Carry from D3 to D4 is nothing but your auxiliary carry, and carry out from D7 bit is CY. So As far as flag register is considered, this is the status. There are number of instructions which are going to affect the actual status of the flag. Here this is a small summary. So as far as add instruction is considered, it is going to affect carry flag, overflow flag, auxiliary carry flag. Add C instruction, that is also going to affect all the three: carry, overflow and auxiliary carry. Sub B, all the three. MUL, only overflow flag. Division, only overflow flag. So we get such error. Then RPC, PLC, only carry flag. Set BC, carry flag. Clear C, CPLC. Then ANL C bit, ANL C comma bit, ORL C comma bit, ORL C comma bit, move C, again that is also with bit. So all these instructions and CZN are going to affect the status of the carry flag. We can switch to other banks by use of PSW register, as I mentioned. So PSW.3 and PSW.4, if the D4 and D3 bit of PSW are used, then if both of them are 00, then bank 0 by default. If PSW.4 is 0 but PSW.3 is 1, then meaning is you have to select bank 1. PSW.4 is 1, PSW.3 is 0, then you have to select bank 2. PSW.4 is 1 and PSW.3 is also 1, then you have to go for bank 3. So 4 banks are there, and accordingly this bit combination should appear, and that will be reflected. Now the stack is also the important component. It is a section of RAM used by the CPU to store information temporarily. This information could be data or an address. The register used to access the stack is called stack pointer register. The stack pointer in 8051 is only 8-bit wide, which means that it can take value of 00 to maximum FF. When 8051 is powered up, the stack pointer register contains value 7. RAM location 08 is the first location being used for the stack by 8051. The storing of CPU register in the stack is called push. Stack pointer is pointing to the last used location of the stack. As we push data onto the stack, the SP is incremented by 1. This is different little bit from many other microprocessors. Loading the contents of stack back into CPU register is called a pop. With every pop, the top byte of the stack is copied to the register specified by the instruction. The stack pointer is decremented 1. Here is a small example you can see. So what we have done is move small, just I mentioned on the line what exactly we want to show. Show the stack and stack pointer from the following, that is assume the default stack area. Now move R6 comma hash 25H, move R1 comma hash 12H, move R4 comma hash 0F3. So this is hexadecimal number, so therefore there it is written 0F3. Now what we will do is a simple thing, that is we want to push something. So if we see that stack pointer is 07, then now it is at 8, it is going to push 25. Next it will be at 9, it will push next instruction, that is move R1 comma 12. So accordingly it will push that 12, then push 4, R4. So there it will push at stack pointer 0A F3, so as shown in the instruction. So push 6, push 1 and push 4 is going to push the respective data on the stack. So pushing onto the stack points to the last used location of the stack. As we push data onto the stack pointer gets incremented, and simply we can see the push is executed, the contents of registers are saved on the stack, and again SP is incremented every time. So this is push instruction, and popping of the contents of the stack back into the given register is opposite. So we have written here, say pop something, pop 3, pop 5, pop 2. So pop stack into R3, pop stack into R5, pop stack into R2. The contents of the register and SP after execution, you can see here the locations 20 to 2F of RAM are reserved for bit addressable memory. So we can change the SP to other RAM location by using the instruction move SP comma whatever you want to give. So what address you want to give, that also you can do. Like you can write push SP comma hash 4F and something. And when we use that says pop, yes, we have seen how the contents are changed. The CPU also uses the stack to save the address of the instruction just below the call instruction. This is how the CPU knows where to resume when it returns from the called subroutine. The reason of incrementing stack pointer after push is make sure that stack is growing towards RAM location 7F from lower to upper addresses. Ensure that stack will not reach the bottom of RAM and consequently run out the stack space. If the stack pointer were decremented after push, we would be using RAM location 765, so which belong to R7 to R0 of bank 0, the default register bank. When 8051 is powered up, register bank 1 at the stack and the stack are using the same memory space, so we can reallocate another section of RAM to the stack. So that is also even possible. So altogether we have seen in this session, first of all, how the memory is distributed. So what are the specific sections, for what purpose it is used, 0 to 1F, then 20 to 2F. 00 to 1F is mainly for banks, bank 0, bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, and 2F to 20 to 2F, this is bit addressable specified, and from 2F, that is after that there is a 30 to 7F. This is your scratch pad. There you can, that memory you can very easily access for use. Then in PSW, only carry flag, auxiliary carry flag, and parity flag, overflow flag. These are the four main flags. Carry, auxiliary carry is going to get affected most of the time due to addition kind of instructions. Then overflow is getting affected using because of instructions like multiplication, and parity flag, every time whatever is a number coming in accumulator, automatically the parity flag is set based on the number of ones present in the accumulator, set or reset. So this is the general conventional facts about memory addresses and PSW. And as far as stack pointer is considered, it is also like ensuring the contents pushing and popping mechanism properly carried out. And since its stack pointer is also using sharing the same memory as bank 1, little bit programmer has to be careful while involving stack push and pop in the program based on memory requirement or any other application requirement. This is all about memory, stack pointer, stack register, that is a program status word register, and as far as consider our PSW. So these flags which are getting affected, you can use them for taking some sort of a decision. Um, in general, stack pointer registers point to current RAM location available for the stack. As the data is pushed onto the stack, it is decremented as data is popped off the stack into the register. The reason is that the stack pointer is incremented after the push is to make sure that the stack is going toward RAM location 7F, and to upper addresses especially. The stack pointer is decremented after push instruction. We would be using RAM location 765, which belongs to R7 to R0 of bank 0, the default register bank. The incrementing of the stack pointer for push instruction also ensures that stack will not reach location 0 at the bottom of RAM and consequently run out of the space of the for the stack. So in general, this care is taken in case of stack pointers. With your simulator, kill simulator, you can view all the registers, and there also you can monitor continuously PSW register. Thank you.